I'm trying to charge up my gizmos. What do you think of the boat?
What's that called? Duck? Ducky.
The duck.
It's called duck.
That hat.
A Columbia, dude. A vintage Columbia.
Yeah, I noticed them youngins knew you. You do realize you're laying in the middle of the sidewalk mumbling to yourself, right? I can barely hear you.
Yeah, dude.
Picked up that stick
Killed
from
it.
earlier.
Killing it. Are you gonna like just shove it in there?
No, I'm gonna flatten it out so that all the air's out.
No, I mean like when you use it. Are you just actually gonna use it?
I was just making sure the cover was on it. It's cheap, but I want to make sure that it has an extra layer in between it and anything it might potentially run into, which is why the nylon's good. Fold it into thirds like this.
Are you taking showers?
No,
Why not?
and so you can go to those places. Yeah, that's the issue with Farnsworth. Like a lot of people, some of the folks
Are
even
you
on
like
my
his rival
channel
or something?
seem to think that
Because
you're
honestly,
like
I'm not in on any like. As far as I'm concerned, I don't have any vendettas or.
right.
I'm not really like a retaliate. I don't
Well, that's the
retaliate.
thing. I'm not retaliatory either. I just want to stay the hell away from him because he's fucking violent and nutty. The nutty part I can handle. I can't handle the violent part. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know. I know that he's shoved me before, but I don't know. It was more like, bro, it was like stuff.
Well, that's the thing. Is
I heard his feelings.
whether he's got hurt feelings or not, him assaulting people ain't okay. And shoving you is assault. I'll be safe.
Today's the 22nd.
I thought it was the 21st, but I guess I could have lost the day and they're not paying much attention. Why? What happens on the 22nd?
Get for himself for like a song, like a real, get like $100 on it.
If I had one of them clam shells, I'd just use it as a kayak.
I had one of those and I used it. I pulled it, like just slid it like a boat, and that's what it looked like. And I did a full body with it, but in the end, I had like a tent.
I remember those. I used to have one.
Yeah, the tent.
I can barely hear you all the way over there.
Yeah, the rain fly on a hammock tent is like was the perfect cover for so I didn't even use the top. I had the other one as like it was metal. Oh, dude, wired up and it's like rocked in. Like I had it so I could just hold it so tight. I had all of it.
I even got oars for it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they seem pretty heavy duty too. Well, for what they are anyway. But yeah, I was. I can barely hear you.
Well, I don't know if you're attempting to warn me or something. I don't know if you're trying to get me to like think differently or. I mean, I don't know exactly what I don't know if you have an agenda. I don't want to accuse you of that.
Oh, I always have an agenda. Always. I'm not going to pretend I don't. I definitely have an agenda. Saving lives and protecting the innocent. You know what? It's pretty easy to do when people work together. It's a lot more difficult when you know people to work together than predators. When it's no longer about wrong or right, it's just about who's most popular. Things suck.
Is that a jack? What is that called? Jack?
This?
Jackery. Is that Jackery?
I don't know what that
Is
is.
that the brand? Jackery. Is that Jackery? Is that the lumberjack?
Sidewinder D-cell.
Sideway.
Yeah. It's not the best air pump, but I got one of the foot pumps for just in case. Doesn't do me much good though. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting you're not allowed on the library property. I'm all like, yeah, you're being rude over there. Fucking, I can barely hear you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'm over here.
It's like, I don't mind people like talking about me, but whatever, say whatever you want. I have a thing, whatever. But sometimes, how do I explain it? I don't care. But then some people just, the increasing amount of people are basically just using information against you, but it doesn't matter what information. It's like
Oh, I met Chris yesterday. He's the guy working down at the laundry place. He said he went to high school with you.
Yeah.
Oh, I met you.
Are you trying to make me? I'm still trying to figure out why you're talking like you don't need. I don't know, man. I don't know if you think that I think that you're like this like super bad at. Like I do think you're a great person, but like I'm not sure what else I think is going on over here. I'm not anticipating.
Nothing. I was just letting you know. You know, that guy Chris introduced himself yesterday, and we was talking about you a little bit because he was saying you stayed in the laundry thing a couple nights.
A guy who?
Chris.
A guy mentioned me?
Yeah, the guy with the beard.
Said James.
No, not James.
Okay.
Chris. He works down at the laundromat.
Okay. You don't have a cigarette, do you?
I don't.
Or any spare change. I'm trying to get $6 more straight up because I got to pay this guy. Usually I don't owe people money, but I owe this guy money, and I'm like, I'm gonna So I gotta get $12 as soon as possible, and I have $6. Even if it's like $1, and then I gotta down. But I'm really thirsty and like starving. I don't know what, but I don't know. If you wanted to buy like a bunch of donuts or something for me, I would be back right. It's on the 3rd, so it'll be like. So, well, we can come this.
1 moment. Nick, back off of him, Nick, back off of him. Nick, back off. Nick, back off. Nick, back off of him. Back off of him, Nick. Back off.
I literally have no idea how people are getting like falling. I already talked. I have no fucking clue how somebody can actually. Yeah, so I can't apologize to you, dude, but
Don't be following little kids around.
not really though. I was trying to figure. I was just I had. I was
Dude,
like,
just
what?
don't walk.
I was worried about
Dude,
everybody.
I told you, don't
And I
walk.
was like, what
You aren't allowed to exist here. You're not the right color. Let's just both vanish so everybody will be happy.
What?
It don't work that way.
What are you talking about?
People seem to think that
It
all
wasn't
they
that
got to
bad,
do
I
is
don't know.
yell and
I
scream.
don't know
and-
why he got so pissed, but whoever pissed him off that bad was lying to him. And I'm pissed off too.
I don't know. I noticed that when them kids went by, them kids knew you. They talked to you. They went walking that way. You didn't follow them.
No.
You didn't chase them. You
I
talked to
kept
me.
forgetting that I was not following them. I was like, thought they were just gonna go straight home, like, because they were walking alone. And I was like, oh, all right, well, I got to make sure that they're like,
Those are all you know who called you over. And instead of going and fucking chasing them home, you talked to me. So,
No,
I mean, it's not like you were going, oh, yeah, I'm going to
I've
follow these
seen-
little kids around town and follow them to their house. Like, these are people that you know.
Yeah.
You grew up in this fucking town.
I can speak for myself, yeah. But I'm not worried about anyone speaking for me. I'm just fine. I don't know what's going on, but like people are really pulling out the theatrics and like pulling my life in a lot of fucking directions, and it's really exhausting. And I'm ready for a fucking vehicle.
Well, that guy, Nick, he's the one that dumped all my stuff on my vehicle. He's one of the ones I was telling you about.
Clip up to, you know what I mean? Something like that. I don't know. I don't have to do anything. You know what I mean? Like that.
That's the thing, dude. Like, you're allowed to be who you are. That's Nick. I know Nick. He's a dick.
Please stop fucking talking to me like a fucking chump, dude. Like,
I'm not talking
check
like
out-
a chump.
like, if you-
I'm
yeah.
actually going to go back to
All
my
right,
vehicle and
that's a
let
good
you have
idea,
your
dude.
peace.
I think you got some, I don't know, it's a little distorted. It's preachy, like,
It's all distorted. It's all right, Christian. It's all right.
you speak to me, it's been all right.
Anyway, make sure there's no violence. I do make sure I'm aware of my surroundings. I have to be. Now, Christian let me know about some of his mental issues, and Chris told me about them too, so it's not like I'm not aware of them. I do know what to expect. Doesn't mean I have to enjoy it, but also I'm not gonna try to hate him for that, you know? Like I said, it's pretty disgusting that I get treated like I'm schizophrenic when I'm not. But it's just as disgusting that schizophrenic people are treated that way. Now, there's the safety issues, obviously. But for the most part, Christian ain't out here trying to start troubles or trying to assault me. And when he gets irate, like he just did, I can understand that too. Now, there was a couple of youngins that were hanging out down here by the library. And they did know Christian, and they talked to him as he was walking by. And, you know, they were walking on this side of the street. Christian talked to me for a minute and crossed over to the other side of the street. I guess kind of similar to Chapel, Nebraska, you know. I was friends with Miss Jerry and her kids. So, of course, if I saw her kids going down the street, they'd often talk to me or at me. I wasn't going to be having violence, that's for damn sure. It disgusts me. Now, of course, Christian's got some paranoia that's going on, and he's allowed to be, you know. If he really does have schizophrenia and delusions, which, yeah, he very well could. I'm not his doctor, I just know what I've been told by him and others. Kind of like the situation with Scott Scudder. I like him, but he's schizophrenic and tells some pretty tall tales. The ones I was able to check into, though, like when he told me he threatened to blow up his high school, he really did. And his parents, they're the ones that called him in. That'd be Kara Scudder and Jason Scudder. So when you wonder why it is I like the Scudder family, even though they haven't helped how I needed, or understood how important it is to do so right away. You know, I still feel the need to look out for them. Obviously, I wasn't gonna just have some violence go down in front of me without recording it. Now, there was some youngins, they were playing around in the bushes here in the library. And he came by, Christian did. And he talked to me for a couple of seconds. Well, first he was telling them kids they shouldn't be out here by themselves. So he was letting them youngins that he knew, he was like, you know, where's your parents? You probably shouldn't be just playing out and about like this. It wasn't him trying to chase little kids. It was him trying to make sure they were safe, make sure that their parents were close by. When he did cross the street, he crossed the street here, and the kids went down that way. They knew him by name, so obviously, if they know him by name, their parents probably know him. Now, that's not the part that bugged me. The part that bugged me is that he was getting screamed at by Nick. Nick's got a lot of hatred and pent-up aggression because of a situation with his ex. Now, he stays over at Vicky Raines, so he's got to mind his P's and Q's while he's there. She's not going to tolerate that hateful mindedness. But there wasn't nothing going to stop him today, was there? It's a good thing I had a camera ready. I'm not going to pretend that Christian's sober. He was laying down on the sidewalk, for crap's sake. Anyway, Christian said he had to go run an errand real quick and he'd be right back. He did run his errand and he did come right back. And that's when I started the video. I was expecting him to come back. That shit don't need to happen. If Christian's fine with taking the abuse, that's on him. That's his decision. But that makes my situation unsafe. Nick has a daughter, and he probably should focus a little bit more on his daughter than going around town harassing homeless people for existing. And Nick sure as shit should have recognized my goddamn car before he pulled something so fucking stupid. Especially since he's probably the guy that dumped all my shit off at my car over at Fred Meyer's. Fuck it though. We ain't dead. Time to post this up on the Tillamook website for the Tillamook Police Department. Not that they'll take a look. They don't seem to give a shit about anything in this town. You know how we end these videos. Good to be rid of you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and no victim left behind. You're also your sister's keeper. I understand being vigilant, but you make sure somebody committed the crime before you go sending off accusations, Nick.